Hey, what's up, Cole? This is going to be a demo video for you for your Master Sentinel V2 by Sabers that you very elegantly laser etched. Thank you for your patience on this one. I've had it for a while putting the chassis pieces together. So one caveat that I do go over later on in the video is that I am waiting on one piece, but that didn't stop the functionality of the chassis, and I promised you I'd do a demo today. So with that in mind, and I'll be keeping this until I get that piece, let's go over my desk and take a look at this guy. So we are going to go over your Master Sentinel V2. I am waiting on one part for the chassis that you will see here in a second, but I've had this for a while, and I promised you I would do a demo for you this morning without it. So here we go. All right, this is a very, very cool laser etch that you had done on this. It came out very sleek, and it was a pleasure to work on. 2-button setup. Your switches are under here. Front will be power, back will be auxiliary. All right, I left your blade plug in it for now just to show you that you've got some shine through, but thinking of that, you will need to take the blade plug out to take the chassis out, because you got to push from the you got to push the chassis from the emitter. So let's take this out real quick. Slide the blade plug out. We'll put it off to the side. You'll see that here in a second better, but to get to your chassis, you just want to unscrew the pommel. Don't drop it. It'll come out. You'll see your speaker right here, but what's easiest to do is just kind of take your finger from the emitter. Try not to push on the pins, but you just want to push it slightly so that the chassis pops out the back. You'll see it pop out about that far. Put it over a table or something, and then just carefully just pull it out. It's a little tight. We'll put this off to the side. Now you'll notice right away that you have an LED strip showing. All right, so that's the piece that I'm waiting for. That piece is gonna look exactly like this piece. So it's a brass greebly. It's got a piece of diffusion on the underside of it, so you don't actually see the corn cobbing on the LED strip. All right, so we can though operate this saber without that piece. Let me go get a battery real quick. It is early in the morning and I'm not prepared, but let's try to start from the top. So we've got this CCS connector that you provided. Coming down, you've got a Neopixel accent here and another one right here. These two are wired together, all right? And they are for these windows right here. So you got a window here and you've got a window here, all right? So that's what that lights up. Moving down, you've got your switches, so power and auxiliary. You've got your crystal chamber, so this is where brass, obviously. A real crystal here. I went with a short, like a skinnier guy on this one. I just thought it looked cool. You do have a rotating piece right here. This brass piece rotates, that you'll see in a second. If you look up in there, you can see you've got that 16 pixel stock ring. So that is wired independently. There's a single Neopixel accent at the base here. It's actually the same size as one of these. These are the KR nanopixels. So that's wired independently. Coming down here, these are just some brass greeblies. It says Solo Sabers over here for me, and it says Sentinel in here in Arabic. All right. Your board cover, it's got a piece of diffusion over it. You can reach the kill switch from right here. You don't have to take the board cover off, although it's very easy to take it off so that you can reach it from here. Sometimes, like with my fingers, it's a little bit easier to take it off and just pop it like that. But it is held on there with 6 magnets, as you can see, 3 and 3, 3 and 3. The board is held down with some E6000, so if you want to take it out and make some changes, just kind of pop it up like that, put a little bit of E6000 on it and snap it back down. All right. Had to do that for room sake. All right, you've got a 5 pixel accent strip located on top of the board. That's actually wired in line with these guys. So this strip right here and this strip right here, I believe these are 15 pixels. I'd have to go back and recount, but these are wired together, and this is wired to that as well. All right, coming down here, a removable battery setup, so 18650. I have the sticker off of mine, which is probably something that you'll want to do as well. pop that battery in there very easily. A couple brass accent rods here and here for nothing, it's just for looks. A little brass accent piece for your speaker, and then you have a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost dark side speaker. This is what you provided me. All right, so you just come over here and flip this kill switch, and you can see we've got that stock ring doing its own thing. These guys are pulsing in unison, but they're wired together. Your crystal is pulsing on its own. And then if you'll pay attention, like this right here wired together with this, but if you pay attention to the scroll, you can see how the top, that top LED strip on your board is wired with them, right? Go whoop, whoop, like that. All right, so we can turn it on from outside. Just tap the tactile switch. That's when you've got your rotating piece will turn on. Your crystal goes solid. I've got that stock ring cycling through some different colors for you, so it just looks cool. These ramp up, all right? And then you've got twist off. Now to put this into the Saber, it is a little bit tight. This particular chassis print I had done through a different company than I normally do. It came out just a little thick, but not too bad. You got your control box here, and you've got your switches here. So you kind of want to line those up as you're pushing this in. All right, just line those up, push this all the way in. You can do it over a table the first couple times until you get used to it. There is a little grub screw on the inside that it will catch onto. So if you don't have that lined up perfectly, it's not going to go in. Don't ever push on the speaker, obviously, right? You can take your fingers and kind of push on the side of the speaker if you like, but the pommel is really what pushes the chassis forward and locks everything down. So tighten the pommel down tight. Now you can see these two are all lit up. You can actually see the crystal chamber through the venting. So if we were to hit power, now the Saber sounds super beefy. And again, if you turn a light off and you look in here, right, auxiliary. I won't lock your blade plug down, but if we put it in, you see you got some nice shine through in your blade plug. Let's put a blade in here real quick. This guy takes a 1-inch blade. I'm just gonna hold it in for now, just to show you that it fires up. All right, this is running the Scrap Tech font from our good friend Keenan over at KSith right now. So soundtrack, long press on the power. Another long press to turn it off, and then when you're done, you're going to want to unscrew the pommel again. Remember to come over here from the emitter and just push on it just enough to get the chassis to pop out like that, and then just carefully pull it out. It's a tight boy. All right. From here, we can turn it on. We can flip it off from the kill switch. If you have a tool, it's easier just to kind of flip it like that, and then taking your battery out is very easy to do. So I am going to hold on to this until I get that last piece. But Cole, that is basically how you work that guy. I'm gonna put this in and out of the Saber a few more times too, because normally on these types of things, when you first install these, it's kind of like fresh. But when you put it in and out of the Saber a few times, it works its way in there, and it becomes a little bit looser and easier to take out. So I'm going to do that over the next couple days while I wait for that piece. But that is basically how you work that chassis for your Master Sentinel. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will get this out to you as soon as I get that piece. Thanks, man.